What family secret was finally spilled in your family? Found out my uncle is actually my brother. My mom had him when she was so young that my grandparents raised him. How old were you when you found out? I was a teenager, 15 I think. It was quite shocking. My sister cheated on her husband throughout her entire marriage to the point that all 3 of her kids have different biological fathers. Grandpa was a serious Nazi German war criminal. We found out my papa had a gambling problem and put my gran in a lot of unknown debt when he passed away. I'm talking secret home loans, unpaid taxes, the works, and my gran had zero idea of any of it. Thankfully all of their kids are well off and were able to pay it off for her and set her up for life, but she had a hard time coping for a while. A buddy of mine met a girl at a bar. They totally hit it off. He told his parents about her and his dad took him outside and told him not to date her because she was his half sister. My uncles are infamous criminals who killed multiple people. I thought they bred dogs. My mom and dad were addicted to crack before they had me. My mom did crack while pregnant with me. That my grandfather was an atomic soldier. Instead of sending him to fight in the Korean War, they sent him to Nevada, where, after having him turn away from the initial flash, he witnessed the mushroom cloud. After that was over, he was ordered to march to the detonation point, where he was unwittingly exposed to high amounts of radiation. Luckily for my family, my grandpa is now in his 90s, even after a few cancer scares, and the rest of us, my mom, aunt, cousins, sister, and I, are cancer free and fairly healthy, but this is medical information that we really should have known earlier. My uncle set one of his restaurants on fire for insurance purposes. In the early 80s my uncle spent a lot of time and money training to become a commercial pilot. My grandparents, his folks, secretly tore up all application responses / documents and had the family doctor red flag him to airlines as having "bad nerves and psychotic tendencies." They sabotaged his career fearing he'd die in a plane crash. He was an air steward until retirement. Relative did not just fall off a bridge with her baby, she jumped. It seems obvious in hindsight, but they reported it differently both in the news and to younger family members. After my grandfather passed, we found out he had fathered a child when he was posted in Italy during World War II. He never knew. His mother intercepted any letters from the Italian girl. He came home, met and married my grandmother, and had 4 children. I forget who in the family found out and how. It's crazy to think we have a whole Italian family out there. My great-grandfather didn't die of cancer. He died from complications after being shot when one of his businesses was being robbed. Maybe. He also spent a lot of time in Atlantic City. He also had a lot of partners in the Teamsters and other unions in coal country. Also, everyone called him Smiling Tony, but his name wasn't Tony. He died in the 60s, long before my time, but when my great-grandmother died 20 years ago, a very old guy showed up to the funeral in a white suit and all of the oldest people in my family kissed his hand. When I asked, no one knew who he was. My grandfather moved his family away from central Pennsylvania in the late 60s and disconnected from all of this, but there it is. We found out after my grandfather died that none of his 7 children with my grandmother were his, and that they all likely had different fathers. This is years ago, and I only got a few rough details, but my baby mama's dad wound up getting caught in a sting trying to purchase a teenage girl. He had a separate apartment all set up, transferred the funds, and when he went to the delivery meet, was arrested by the feds. My grandmother had an affair with the gynecologist who delivered my dad. We found some of the letters they exchanged years after she died. The best part? His name was Dr. Tactile. Sounds like Dr. Tactile had a very hands-on approach to healthcare. My grandmother always told us my grandpa was a cook in World War II. At my grandpa's funeral, my great uncle gets up and says Danny was the best damn gunner we ever had in the army. Nobody killed more Nazis than him. Thanks for watching the video. For more content like this, please subscribe, like, and share the video and push the notification button.